is a very complex and special skill. It takes a lot of practice to perfect something when it comes to art, and I've spent a lot of time drawing eyes in my life. I know that eyes can be one of the most difficult things to draw, but they're also one of the most interesting. No two eyes are the same, so it can be fun to experiment with different eye types. Today, I'm going to show you one of the most basic ways to draw a realistic eye. You're going to start off with drawing the shape of an eye. The shape of the eye isn't super important because not all eyes are shaped the same. As long as you get like a round kind of almond shape, it's fine. Then you're going to add the tear duct. And then on the other side, there's another area where you're going to add a little bit of a roundness to it. Next, you're going to add the iris and the pupil. Don't fill them in yet. You're just going to draw them in, draw an outline. Don't fill up the entire eye with it. It'll come to a little point at the end where there's going to be space. You're going to leave a little white there. The dilation of the pupil can be as big as you want it. And then you're going to add a highlight to give the eye a shape, like it'll look more three-dimensional. The highlight of the eye doesn't need to specifically be a specific shape. Lights are different based on the lighting in the room. They typically follow a more square pattern with lights. Then you're going to fill in the pupil. That's going to be the darkest part of the eye. And then for the shading of the iris, you're going to add little squiggles around the center of the pupil to give it some texture because eyes aren't just one specific shade. And then you're going to darken the outline because eyes have a darker outline around the edges, and then they get progressively lighter and then darker again towards the middle of the pupil. So you're going to shade the eye like that. And of course you can do this with color as well. Just for the simplicity of it, I'm just doing this with a pencil. Add as much detail as you want in there. Round it out a little bit so it has the three-dimensional shape that you want. Make it spherical as possible. After that, you're going to want to start on the eyelashes. So, specific way that they look. A lot of people draw them straight, but they're not straight at all. They curve with the eye, and then they don't all flow to one side. They flow on both sides. They follow the shape of the eye, so you're not going to want to draw them all on one side. Eyelashes are also different lengths, and sometimes they clump together. You're going to want to draw different clumps of them. You're going to want to draw sometimes two at a time coming together at a point. Next, you're going to shade the outside of the eye. So you're going to add a tear duct on the bottom, and then you're going to want to add the smaller, lighter eyelashes around the bottom of the eye. And in fact, sometimes eyelashes overlap with the eye, and you're going to maybe want to draw the reflection of the eyelashes in the eye. You're also going to want to draw the eyelid. So the eyelid is just an arc right above the eye. Sometimes it has a little more square shape, sometimes it doesn't, and it also depends on the ethnicity, because if you're drawing an Asian person, Asian people sometimes don't have eyelids, so you're going to want to pay attention to that as well. It all depends on what you want to do. And then you're going to want to shade the white of the eye as well, because it's not two-dimensional. Like I said, it's all 3D, it's round, so you're going to want to make it look like that. You can add an eyebrow as well, whatever you want to do. It is all up to you. You don't have to add the eyebrow. I just wanted to because I feel like it adds a more realistic look to it. As you can see, it's not as difficult as people make it out to be. It's quite simple. Thanks for watching.